My 2020 Honda Ridgeline's AC system stinks. It makes it cold in the car, but it smells terrible. So I'm going to try this today. It's evaporator and heater foam cleaner. I'm going to shoot this with this little tube right up into the drain line underneath the truck and get it into the evaporator core, which is down there on the other side of the firewall. I got another video on how I've been handling this up to this point by going in here and removing the cowl and getting behind it and spraying in some unscented sanitizing spray. So I can pump this inside with the fan motor blowing and it pulls it into the ductwork and it makes things a lot better for a while. But it's not treating the heart of the problem, and the heart is the evaporator core, so we're gonna give that a try today. I couldn't find a single YouTube video on where the evaporator core drain line is located, but I went and found it, so I'll show you where it is. And take note along the way, I got this thing safety supported on my sweet new 24-inch jack, which I bought because it's low profile and goes under my wife's sports car, but also does a terrific job of lifting my truck way off the ground. And meanwhile, I've got it on the ramps I was using for the oil change and supported by jack stands, so we're not dying today. Okay, let's go. The evaporator drain lines are kind of tucked up underneath this heat shield. I got to get it out of the way. The heat shield has several fittings that attach it. Over here we have the quick connect fittings that we just got to pull free. There's one on both sides. Then we've got some actual bolts running along the bottom here, which look like 10 millimeter, my first guess. So I'm going to take those off. The reason we're doing that is because the tip of the evaporator core drain line is right there. And it's really not accessible enough unless we remove the heat shield. For the quick connect fittings, I could use a screwdriver, but a long time ago I took this pair of needle nose pliers and heated it up with a torch and made it where it can pinch these fittings, and I think that'll be the best way to start. Yeah. You see how that hooks it out? Slide it over. Yep, easy peasy. So these are 10 millimeter fittings. With that out of the way, you can see the evaporator drain line quite nicely. That's it, right up there. Goes up into the firewall, dumps out there onto the ground, and there's a nice little plastic clip making it more curved than we want it to be for this procedure, so we'll probably get rid of that temporarily. This truck has two evaporator cores. So the one for the front AC is right there, and then the one for the back AC is right here. You can see it run up inside there to wherever the rear evaporator is located, way up there. So if you're still as frustrated as I was about where this drain tube is underneath the car, let me show you. There's the oil pan right there and the drain plug. Just follow it back along the exhaust. There's the middle cross member and a carrier bolt for the drive shaft. And then right behind that, where the drive shaft mounts up, is the hole in the firewall and the tube that runs down from it. Well, we're going to be figuring this out live together, so let's see if it works out. Just set the tube free from the guide bracket because I'm concerned about whether or not I can feed this skinny little tube up that one around those curves. I want the junk that comes out of this to drain out, so I'm going to catch it in this cup, which formerly held some delicious pho soup and now is going to be sacrificed to the garage, and hopefully it'll let us see how gross this is, if it's gross at all. I have to straighten out every kink in this hose completely to get the feed hose to go up. Straightening them all out at once is not easy. I tried doing it by pulling really hard on the pipe. Let's see how much I actually was able to feed in. So I got about that much to go up the pipe. And that seems to me like it just gets above the firewall. I do not know what the inside of the evaporator cord looks like, or whether or not this should be able to go in any further than that. All right, I can't feed it any further than that. So that took up about half the hose. Take this stuff. It has no nipple on the top. You replace it with this nipple, right? I have safety glasses and eyeglasses on because I'm really worried about this crap falling in my eyes. So, snap on the little nozzle. It immediately tries to make a mess. There we go. All right. I'm going to discharge this entire thing into my evaporator core and hope that this is a good plan. Here we go. Yummy. It's almost gone. All right, so the instructions say now I'm supposed to let that sit in there for about 15 minutes. And then run the AC to make it drain out. Well, that didn't take long. And the stuff is just coming out without me starting the AC. By the way, this bottle says extremely flammable. All right, I'm gonna start the truck. All right, I followed the instructions to the T. You saw how much dripped out. This container has the entire contents of what ran back out after running the engine for 5 minutes. You can see it's pretty disgusting if you consider the foam that went in was white. And now, to finish up, I just have to route my drain tube back through the guide bracket. Getting through that bracket was a lot harder than pulling it the other direction, but I don't see any way I could have run the fill tube up through the bracket as bent as it is in its natural state. Now just replace the heat shield. This time I brought my electric drill to speed up these bolts. All right, I think that does it. The AC drain tube is right there where it ought to be, hidden behind the screen, the heat shield. I used 1 can of this stuff. I also like to use 1 can of this stuff sprayed into the air intake. The foaming cleaner turned into a bucket of goo like this. And I hope that I've now cleaned it from both the top and the bottom, and it should work. There's one more piece of the puzzle that I'm putting together. I've cleaned it from the top, I've cleaned it from the bottom, and I bought a cabin air filter that is charcoal activated instead of just the standard one. So I'm hoping that that will actually put a finishing touch on the air that gets into the cabin. Well, I swapped out the cabin air filter in here. It's so easy. If you haven't done it before, you just push in the tabs on both sides. It drops down, you pull it out. It's nothing to it. And now everything runs great. And interestingly, the air blowing out of my AC unit smells exactly like the foam that I put in there. And that foam, despite the fact that they say it's so caustic, it smells exactly like Windex. Like, I can't tell the difference. So now, temporarily, my AC smells like Windex because all the air that's coming in here is blowing over those same coils that I just sprayed that foam on top of. But it beats the heck out of the mold. So I hope that helps and helps you decide whether or not you want to do this. Thanks for watching.